So basically, it follows the story of these serial killer couple who, yes, they essentially find out at the beginning of the film that they have been kidnapping, raping, and killing young girls in the suburbs of Perth. And then we find a girl called Vicky, who I play, and she falls into their lair. And it chronicles that kind of psychological journey of kind of trying to escape.
Oh, well, personally, I do mainly comedy stuff, so for me it was a completely fish out of water sort of thing, and I you know, I don't
surprisingly good at it.
A little bit too much relish, but I certainly don't get offered these sorts of things, so it was a great thing for me to be able to just kind of have a chance to, I don't know, sink into a character that is completely alien to me, and you kind of realise that the rules of good guys, I usually play good guys, not in life, but and the good guys have these boundaries that you can't go over. If you put your toe over the boundary, then you're not a good guy anymore. Whereas the bad guys just kind of, I don't know, they don't get to just go over. They get to piss on those boundaries. Like, you know what I mean? There are no boundaries for the bad people. So it was a very, for that, it was certainly a very intriguing kind of prospect.
It's my favourite role to date, hands down, and my favourite film I've ever, you know. And seeing Ben's vision come to life as well, because you can get a script and it's just words on a page. But when you see this, the magic behind, and Ben is so talented, and see him bring it all to life, you're like, oh my God, that's what we were making. And yeah, it was bloody hard, and it was draining emotionally, and that because of the love between us all, that's why we got the film we did, because we used to hug each other a lot and just be like, I love you. I'm sorry I'm doing this to you. But yeah, and so to watch the film back, I think it's a bit of a masterpiece, really. And I'm just like, Ben, respect, man. He is a genius, and I loved playing the villain. A bit too much.
Yeah, I think that's further to what you're saying about Ben. You know, in his technique and his talent. You know, these kind of films could very easily go into very voyeuristic kind of territory, and to use the word torture porn, which has been kind of thrown around about this sort of genre a lot. And he's a master of actually not showing what he might, and that in itself is more powerful, I think. And that kind of employing that theatre of the mind, and along with the incredible score from Dan Luscombe, it's a very claustrophobic and very intense piece of filmmaking.
Good way to put it.
From the start of it, we just wanted to look after each other, and I think that was the most important thing. That the moment anyone wasn't feeling comfortable with it, and you were saying before about you can extract yourself from it sometimes, but with the reality of that this stuff happens to people, and the kind of I guess the realism that Ben was trying to achieve, it was a very involving thing, and that was all it was from first and foremost. We just didn't want anyone to feel out of their comfort zone or unsupported in that process, and that was a really very enjoyable part of it.
You guys were amazing. Like, we did a lot of rehearsals as well, and you were like with all the physical stuff where I know you always checked in with me beforehand, but it got to a point where I was like, we were just so comfortable with each other. It was like, whatever kind of creatively works, we're comfortable with.
Yeah. It was a lot of love.
It was a lot of love.